Hey everybody, welcome to the 32 Insights podcast. I'm Mo. I'm here with your boy Tommy. Tommy, what a weekend, man. How was your weekend? Great football that we had this week.
Yeah, no, it was a good weekend. If you could see my hat, Friday night was a little bit forgettable, but outside of that,
Nice.
it's a really good weekend of football. Enjoyed watching all the games, conference championships, college football, another great NFL Sunday,
Yeah.
and I'm ready to dive in. Ready to dive in.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I just want and we talked about this before the show, right? So let's just dive in, man. Let's talk about the game last night, Monday Night Football, the Chargers and Eagles. What was that, man? Was that like what kind of game was that?
A bad one. Like we got
Oh
force
my
fed
goodness.
overtime. I was full. I didn't want any more, and they gave us overtime. Oh, it was so bad. Um, Yeah, I mean, let's dive in. Bad offense both ways.
Mhm.
Obviously, Herbert is a soldier. I mean, the
Yeah.
guy just had hand surgery, so you could tell they wanted to keep the ball out of his hands basically as much as possible. And when it was in his hands, the Eagles basically got to him within a second. He was running for his life.
Yeah.
Um, it was just as much as you want to say like great defense, it was both defenses played very well. What there was nine field goals, 10 field
Yeah.
goals, I believe 9 field goals combined,
Mhm.
2 touchdowns. I mean, just offensively, it was a struggle fest. I already don't like watching the Jim Harbaugh Chargers. I think they're really boring. I think they play extremely conservative. They
Yeah.
play to not lose. They don't play to win. They play to not lose.
Yeah.
And they almost lost because of that reason yesterday. And they didn't. You know what? A win's a win. They
Yeah.
beat a good Philly team. A win is a win. But just they're so boring. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Like the Chargers are so boring.
Yeah.
And Jim Harbaugh plays, coaches a conservative game, and that's that. That's who they are. And then with the Eagles offense is an eyesore yet again. Jalen Hurts is
Yeah.
not a top 5 quarterback, as we've known.
As we said
And
over and over again, man, that's what we said on the show. But Eagles fans, like,
yeah, they don't
they
want
don't
the
want to hear
truth
it.
hurts. The truth
Yeah.
hurts. The truth hurts. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. No pun intended, by the way. But no, I mean Jalen Hurts killed the Eagles yesterday. And Eagles fans will probably find different ways to defend Jalen Hurts, but no, like he killed them. He turned over the ball
Yeah.
2 times in one play. He turned over the ball 2 times in one play.
Yeah.
I mean, that is embarrassing, man. But fan perspective aside, both defenses played particularly well. It was good to see Amari and Hampton back. I think that's huge for LA. They really, Vidal did a great job though. But now what they
Mhm.
have is a nice little two-man punch, and they both contributed yesterday.
Yeah.
I know that they both had a very big part in that offense. Both they got, I think the carries were about 50-50, maybe one off. But they both contributed. Vidal had that big reception at the beginning of the game. To be honest, that was about it for the Chargers offense. But
Yeah.
um, just a slugfest. I mean, what we see, I swear that's all we see on primetime football nowadays. It's just
Yeah.
field goal fest, slugfest games.
Yeah.
Both teams are good. Both teams are good. Um, Chargers got it done. Both teams aren't great though. Neither of those teams are
Yeah.
great. Just two good teams. Chargers did a good job getting that win. They needed that, kind of separate themselves a little bit from the Chiefs, and still kind of right there with the Broncos, with a chance
Yeah.
to play the Broncos again. The Chargers kind of look at it this way, right? The Broncos play the Packers coming up. Packers beat the Broncos, and the Chargers beat the Broncos. Chargers are AFC West champs.
Yeah.
So they're very
Got a
much in it.
chance.
They're
Hmm.
very much in it. They're going to be big Packers fans coming up. With the Eagles, boy, the Eagles just offensively they're a mess. Saquon got the ball going though. You know what? I'll say this: Saquon did get it going on the ground a little bit yesterday, and we haven't seen that regularly this year like we did last season. So if
Yeah.
you're an Eagles fan and you're looking for some positives, I would say Saquon Barkley. Like Saquon Barkley came out and ran the ball well against a
Yeah.
good
Yeah. He
a
had
good
that
defense.
52-yard. Yeah, that 52-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and the Chargers are a good defense. They really are. Jesse Minter's a good DC. He's got the boys playing well. And so, in terms of the run game, I thought the Eagles showed some things, and they were down some guys too. I'm not going to ignore the fact that the Eagles were down probably their two best linemen on each side of the ball.
Yeah.
And so, that's definitely something that you need to factor in. Like they didn't have Jalen Carter and they didn't have Lane Johnson. So that affects them a lot too. Those are very,
Yeah.
very important pieces of their team. But nevertheless, the Eagles lost. They're 8-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, I believe, yeah, they're still in first in division. I don't know if the Cowboys can be able to catch up. That loss on Thursday for Dallas was real tough, but man, just their offense. I'm like, as a Seahawks fan, like I don't think I'm worried about Philly's offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we played Philly in a playoff game, I'd feel really good going into that one because I would just be like, Philly can't score. Like Philly will not be able to score.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
um, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of runs this year. I don't. It's hard to even talk about that game. It's just there's just not much to take. They ran the ball, ran the ball, ran the ball.
Yeah.
Eagles, the Chargers run zone at a very high rate. They leave the middle of the field open a lot. The Eagles attack that as they should. Dallas Carter had some catches over the middle. AJ Brown had some catches over the middle. Devontae Smith had some catches over the middle. Saquon Barkley didn't have any catches. I don't know why they're not utilizing Saquon Barkley in the pass game. Jalen Hurts didn't even look
Mm.
his way once. I was watching that the entire time. I do not understand. Saquon Barkley is a zone killer, and they've
Yeah.
utilized Saquon Barkley against zone coverage teams all season long. At least 3
Yeah.
receptions against any top 16 zone coverage team this year.
Yeah.
He didn't even. He got 2 targets, and they were the most uncompetitive targets of all time. Like Jalen Hurts never looked his way. Like I'm
Yeah.
confused. That was a very vital part of their offense attacking zone coverage, and they didn't even utilize them. And they scored 1 time.
Yeah.
That confuses me. I do not know. I do not know what the game plan was there. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I agree. And like looking at like coming off that Super Bowl win last year, the topic around around the league was and around the Eagles fans usually that they were like, hey, Jalen Hurts is a winner. He did this with the Super Bowl team. He did this with the super team. But hey, he's gonna show that he's a quarterback who can carry a team, right? And the Eagles offense is still stacked. I don't care if Lane Johnson or or is gone. But look, the Eagles offense is still stacked, man. They have more pieces than I would say most teams, right? In the league. Like everybody kind of plays banged up. Everybody has like an offensive line missing. Everybody, has somebody missing. But they're as complete as it gets, like with a really good quarterback. I think they won that game easily. And Jalen Hurts showed us that he is average-ish, right? He's an average quarterback. He's a game manager. When everything's perfect, when Saquon Barkley, has a really good day or has a really good year, he can make those throws, right? He can make those throws when nobody's worrying about the run game or when nobody's, sorry, when everybody's worrying about the run game. And yesterday, man, it was just too ugly, man. As you said, it was too ugly to watch. It was a horrible game, and I think it's not on Kevin Patullo. Everybody like Eagles fans, you heard like trashing Kevin Patullo's house, and yeah, they're they're,
oh yeah,
they're coming out like crazy on this guy, but some of the passes Jalen Hurts was missing. Even Troy Aikman was like, "Hey, you got Dallas Goddard right here, right? Just come back to the check down, right? Play the game. You have all these options, and like." Come on, man! Like you got to make plays, and I don't think Jalen Hurts is making those plays.
I also wasn't a huge fan of how many deep shots Philly took. The
Yeah,
Chargers are elite against covering big plays. They don't allow big plays. That's just not how the Chargers roll. Like
yeah,
the Chargers are a ball control conservative team that is going to eat up the clock, and they are going to make sure that the opponent's offense is not going to be able to make big plays. They're going to make the
yeah.
other team grind it out as well. And
They're
first play of the
bend but
game,
no break, right? Yeah,
first play of the game, Eagles take a deep shot.
yeah,
Why? Like why go at the defensive strength? The entire there were too many of those that just made no sense to me. By the way, an extra day of rest. They're playing on Monday night. 8 combined turnovers between both teams.
yeah. That's disgusting.
Five turnovers from Philly. Five. I mean, it was just an ugly game all around. And like I said, and that is a shout out to both both
Yeah,
defenses, right? They played well, they got the ball, but I think some of these turnovers were avoidable and just I don't understand the play from Philly on that in overtime. Jahan Dotson on a corner route in
Yeah,
overtime.
yeah. That
I
doesn't make sense.
I don't like what's. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
doesn't make sense.
I don't
That
know.
doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And man, like I think the pieces they have, like look, Devonte Smith and and Brown, man, they're elite wide receivers, right? AJ, but they're elite wide receivers, and Dallas Goddard is elite as it gets, right?
Definitely.
You have a good enough offensive line, man. I don't see how you're losing, like how you're like not dominating like last year, right? And it comes down to a lot of things, and I think it comes down to Jalen Hurts at the end, man. Because look, at the end of the day, your quarterback has to make those critical plays, and after last night, I don't know like how Eagles fans they come on our comment section and they say, "Hey, Jalen Hurts is that type of a passer who can drop 50 times," right?
I, he never has been. And the difference, I'll tell you what I think the difference is between this year and last year is last year they didn't turn over the ball. This year they're
Yeah,
turning over the ball at a crazy rate. Um, like we said, 5 turnovers last night. You're not
yeah,
going to win a game when you turn over 5 times. Like you're just 2% chance you're winning a game when you turn the ball 5 times. And it just
yeah,
and I yeah, like I don't like Eagles fans are delusional if they think they're going to come in here and try to defend Jalen Hurts. Like like it's like me trying to defend Sam Darnold after the 4 pick Rams game. Like, no, you don't do that.
yeah,
You just
yeah,
it was a poor performance, point blank. Now, and I think he's hurting them this year, and I think
yeah,
they've had some injuries too that but that happens. Everyone has injuries.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Yeah, and okay, the other side. Let's talk about the Chargers real quick. Let's say the Chargers make it to the playoffs. I think they're like they're a favorite to make the playoffs, unless they like lose for the next four and then the Chiefs win out. Right? They'll probably like the Chiefs will probably get in, and we'll talk about the Chiefs. But it's impossible. I don't think they'll lose like the next four. Right? And so they're really good favorites to be in the playoffs. Justin Herbert, and he's been in this league for a long time. Let's say he gets in the playoffs, he has another first round exit, right? Which is very possible, right? The way the AFC is, back, they might be the seventh seed, and then they might go to New England and get their mouths punched. And Harbaugh, second year, Justin Herbert, not a lot of success in this league. I mean, is it time to maybe like say, okay, hey, like he Justin Herbert has all the tools as a really great quarterback, but he's not that winner that we thought he was. Is it fair to say this at this point, like because Chargers fans are kind of wondering, like, hey, where's this? We have one of the best QBs in the AFC, right? And he's one of the best, most talented QBs. I would say one of the most talented QBs in the AFC in the whole league, right? But what have you gotten out of him? Like, what's the return on investment?
you know what? That's not the worst question, right? Is Justin Herbert a winner? And I don't. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, wins are a quarterback stat. They're not. They're not. Wins are not a quarterback stat. But go back to his college days. We know he hasn't won anything in the NFL. What did he win at Oregon? They lost to
Yeah,
Arizona State. Brandon Ayuk over the top to go to the playoff. They didn't make it. Like like what is what's Justin Herbert won? And he's got an attitude. Like I know it's like an ongoing meme that he's always like angry and smiling. Like the way he reacted to the reporter last night. I'm not gonna nitpick that. It's whatever. But like
yeah,
it's just like I don't know. Like it just. But at the same time, I'm gonna defend Justin Herbert too. That offensive line was a bunch of traffic cones last night.
yeah,
What's Bozeman the center? The guy couldn't pick up a stunt to save his life last night. I mean, there were
yeah,
too many times that there was an eagle coming up right up the middle untouched because he decided to continue to double and not slide off his man and pick up the blitz.
yeah,
So Justin Herbert was running for his life last night. He had no time whatsoever, and it's been the case.
yeah,
Joe Alt getting hurt was a killer. Rashawn Slater was unfortunately an inevitable killer. Like, is something with the Chargers and being injured consistently is is their deal. Like they have
Yeah.
so many consistent like injury problems, and it just so no, I don't want to blame Justin Herbert entirely because I watched the game last night. The guy was running for his life. He had very
Yeah.
minimal time. Did he miss some throws? Absolutely. But the guy's also playing coming off hand surgery. Should he have been
Yeah.
playing? That's that's debatable, but they won the game. He went out
Mhm.
there and did enough to win the game. So you
Yeah.
can speculate all you want, but he won the game, and maybe he didn't play particularly well, and he didn't, but they
Yeah.
won, and he did what he had to do. He was under duress the entire game, but they found a way to make it happen, and that's that. But so I don't want to blame Justin Herbert too much. I don't because he really got dealt a tough hand.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Tommy. So let's start with the first game of the week, the Cowboys and Lions. I think this game, a really good game, man. I like the game. The Lions kind of like showed who they were a little bit against the Cowboys. I don't know if the Lions can do the same to like other like top teams, like right in the NFC. But from the Cowboys' perspective, I think it was a day for George Pickens to show like, hey, like I can be a number one, right? Like, hey, like feed me the ball. Um, but George Pickens was kind of like I think he checked out. Tommy? Did you feel that way? Like he kind of checked out?
Welcome to the George Pickens experience.
Yeah,
Like I don't know if there's a receiver more talented than George Pickens in the NFL. I really don't. From
yeah,
a pure talent and athleticism standpoint, I really don't think there is a receiver that is like George Pickens. He's been that way
yeah,
since high school. I remember watching his high school film
yeah,
before he went to Georgia. I mean, it's insane. I mean, the guy is insane. This was the matchup, though. I mean, the Cowboys had to
yeah,
have it. That Lions secondary is depleted. It's done.
yeah,
Even more. Brian Branch getting injured now. Where
yeah,
was George Pickens? It-
yeah,
like that had to be a game where he went for 100 plus,
yeah,
even 80 plus, right? Like give him something, and
yeah,
he wasn't there, and I mean, Cowboys fans aren't going to like this because, like, he's the second coming of Michael Irvin now in
yeah,
Dallas.
yeah,
But he wasn't there. He was a no show when they really needed him against a depleted secondary.
yeah,
And that's not to take away what he's been doing. It's been phenomenal. But where was it,
yeah,
right? And I always say consistency has been George Pickens' biggest issue in his entire career. It's consistency and mentals. And he
yeah,
was not there on Thursday when they needed him. But at the same
yeah,
time, like, it's hard. Like it's hard. The Dallas has been on a big run. They've picked up some really nice wins, and they had to go on the road prime time on a short week to play Detroit, who could
yeah,
run the ball very effectively, who's great in play action. It was a tough matchup. It was a tough
yeah,
matchup for Dallas as well, though. I don't want to just completely say Dallas collapsed and this is unbelievable. Like they were probably supposed to lose that game. Dallas was underdogs. They were
yeah,
supposed to lose that game, and
yeah,
they
yeah.
did.
Yeah. Man, shout out to my boy Shoddy, man. Like a lot of people like underestimated him. Like, like regardless of how this season goes for the Cowboys, Shoddy man is gonna get a lot of salute, right?
Oh
Like
yeah,
Shoddy, he didn't deserve the guy did not deserve to be fired in Seattle, right? It was a Pete Carroll kind of ego thing, like, hey, the let Russ cook, thing kind of got too big and he was like, hey, we gotta shut it down or something like that. And I think so. Like Russ wanted to be in that like Shanahan system as well. But hey, Shadi is a really good coach. Tommy,
yeah.
Shadi is a really good coach.
Shout out to Shoddy. He's done a great job first year.
Yeah,
Got dealt a really tough hand right away with them trading away Micah, and he's just rode the ship out. And they've turned a corner. I don't
yeah,
know if turning the corner means they're going to make the playoffs, but they've done
yeah,
he's done a great job this year. He really has. And I hope Cowboys fans give him as much credit because he has done a great job in his first year. And not a lot of first year coaches have like great success. And so he's done a great job with the hand he's been dealt, and their offense has been fantastic all year long.
yeah,
So yeah, shout out to Shoddy. Also, side note, shout out to Pete Carroll. Um,
yeah.
down what 10 points, kicking a field goal with 1 second left. Like good stuff, Pete. Good stuff.
Yeah. Pete Carroll, man, Pete Carroll, like he'll never change. Man, I don't even want to talk about the Raiders
No,
anymore.
no, I'm done.
Uh,
Sorry, had to. I didn't even watch that game. I just saw that. I just had to shout that one out. And I know there's some people really frustrated about that one. If you're a gambler, like my goodness, oh my
yeah,
goodness,
that is messed up, man. That is messed up. That
oh
guy,
man.
that is messed up. But hey, like going back to the Cowboys a little bit. Shoddy. I thought that the offensive line was going to be a problem. Like, but he low key kind of retold that to us. Like that line, man. Like he kind of revamped that line.
Nobody's talking about it, dude. I like I said it earlier in the year. The Cowboys have invested a lot on that own line, and it's showing. It's showing.
Yeah,
They've got a lot of great young talent on that offensive
yeah,
line. And they
yeah,
did like that. That's where it starts, though. They've done a great job investing on the offensive line, and that's what's shown this year because they have had some offensive line problems. It
yeah,
hasn't been perfect, and they've really dug in and invested, and they've done a great job rebuilding that offensive line. They really
yeah.
have.
Yeah, and I like look, George Pickens didn't show up, and I felt like that they took away that he has that go-to fastball, that slant move, and I feel that they kind of like pressed him a little bit and took away that, right? And like he kind of checked out after that. But the other kid, what's his name? Fortney was it? What was his
Oh,
name?
Flournoy,
Florner,
Semo,
Florner, yeah,
Semo
yep.
too. Yep,
The guy's low key good, man. He
he's
played his
nice.
ass off. The kid is good. What do you
Yeah, I
think
remember.
about his game?
I remember hearing about him pre-draft. I actually played at SEMO with a friend of mine. He was a running back when he was playing there, but um,
Yeah,
Flournoy, he's nice. Like he's that perfect compliment though, right? He's
yeah,
like really really good third option. Like, and he's been making plays. Like he had another game this year too where he had played very well, and like he's a perfect complement to CD and George because he's not. And
yeah,
honestly, he got the bulk of the targets, or he got a bulk of targets, but yeah, great compliment. He's balling too. And he's just
yeah,
taking advantage of the opportunity. I mean, he got a lot of targets on Thursday, and he capitalized. He really did. And
yeah,
obviously his touchdown was on a broken coverage. It
yeah,
looked like it was cover two, and the safety didn't go over the top. Could be wrong. That's just what it looked like.
yeah,
And yeah, I mean, he capitalized. He capitalized on every opportunity he had on Thursday. So yeah, shout out to
yeah,
Florida, man. He good game. And we'll kind of see where he goes. He's a young guy. I mean, there's we could see if he keeps going or is that a flash in the pan. But no, great performance for him.
yeah, yeah. And speaking of offensive lines, man, one of the biggest strength of the Lions were their offensive line, and I feel like right now I feel like they were being like they were being killed by the the Cowboys, right, defensive line, right? And like I didn't feel like the the Lions were as dominant as they used to be when it comes to up front, and and look in the playoffs, yeah, they're probably gonna make the playoffs. They have a chance to make the playoffs, and if they kind of go against, let's say, the Rams or the Seahawks, or like I would say even the Packers, like somebody with like a dominant offensive line, I think they're probably cooked, man. They're like a first round exit.
Yeah, I think if Dallas makes the playoffs, they're gonna be dangerous. Like Dallas would be a scary team to see just with the offensive talent they have and kind of the emergence of their defensive line because I think
Yeah,
like we've talked about the trade for Quinn and Williams has completely changed their
yeah.
defense.
But I was referring to the Lions. The Lions,
Oh my
like the
goodness, I'm
Lions.
so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
So
still Cowboys mode. Still Cowboys mode.
yeah,
Um,
no worries. So the Lions, what chances would you give them if they make the playoffs? Are they a first round
oh,
exit?
same thing though, right? They're a dangerous team because they can run the ball. I mean, they really can. Like you've got Demont, you've got Gibbs. Gibbs is just scary in itself. That
Yeah,
dude is insane. He's the
yeah.
complete weapon.
How
Um,
about pass pro though? Like yeah, I give you their run blocking is really good, but their pass pro, I didn't see a lot of good stuff from them.
again, I think their offense is completely primarily based off play action.
Yeah.
So it's going to be completely run dependent.
Hmm.
So if they can get the run going and the teams are going to have to really hone in on that, that's when their play action opens up. So if they get caught and they weren't, I wouldn't say they were in passing situations on Thursday, but if they do get caught in that, then that is
Yeah.
where the concern may lie. If they get
Yeah.
down, which could happen in the first round road playoff game,
Yeah.
um, especially because I don't know if they're going to get that 4 or the 5 seed, because that 5 seed is kind of that sweet spot for road, you know, not winning division playoff spot, because you get the Bucks who are beat up. No
Yeah,
offense to the Bucks,
yeah,
they're just beat up, and the weather
yeah,
won't be a factor in Tampa. It might rain, but in terms of cold, that won't be a thing. And like, I do worry that they're going to get this tough matchup in the first round, and it's going to kind of be too much. But at the same time, like, that offense is still very good. I know what you mean about the pass pro, but the talent on that offensive line is still there.
yeah.
I mean, Penei Sewell is probably one of, if not the best tackle in the NFL.
Yeah, still the
Um,
best for sure.
yeah, and I know one man, as we know, right? Charles Cross has been great. We know
Yeah,
that one guy does not make the offensive line, so I
yeah,
definitely, we know that.
yeah.
Um, but
It is
I
crazy. Like one guy cannot make the offensive line, but one guy can break the offensive line. It
yeah,
is crazy.
totally.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. It's such an important position. Such an important
Yeah,
position. Not flashy, but always important.
yeah,
But yeah, the Lions do strike me, unfortunately, and with also their injury problems as well. They strike me as a first round loss type of team. I again, I'm going to keep reiterating. I am worried about their pass defense. I'm not. I'm just. I don't know. I don't feel good about it, especially in a high stake playoff game. Because
yeah,
yeah, they run the ball, but they get down. They're not going to be able to. And even if they're up,
yeah,
their teams are gonna be passing on them, right? I worry that worries me a bit. Is their secondary, and
yeah,
they have struggled a bit. They played in Philly and really struggled on offense. Um, on that Sunday night football game, I just worry about them on the road in the playoffs. You know, in early January, getting something
yeah,
done there. That's my only concern. They do strike me as a first round loss type of team this year, but
yeah. Right, right. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Man, it's gonna be really interesting to look at the NFC playoff picture this year. I think it's gonna be tough, man. Like there's some really good teams in the NFC, man.
the NFC is a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet.
Right, right.
Uh,
Yeah,
I was looking at the DVOA rankings this year today, and oh my goodness, there are so many NFC teams up there right now. It is going to be insane. I know the Rams, Seahawks, and Packers are in the top five. It
yeah,
is just going to be a bloodbath, that entire
yeah,
NFC playoff slate.
yeah, yeah. I have a question for you, and like this is gonna be really a really interesting question how you respond. Okay, so you're missing your quarterback in the Super Bowl, right? Like you have no quarterback in the Super Bowl, but you can, but the league gives you two options, right? You have two quarterbacks that you can choose from, right? And like your franchise never won a Super Bowl before, right? Either Jared Goff or Jalen Hurts.
Oh, Jalen Hurts, easy. He's won one. He's won
Really?
two. I'm sorry,
Okay.
he's won one. He's won. Has he won one or two? That's so bad. I should know that.
He's won one.
He's
He
won
lost
one.
one.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was getting mixed up with the Foles one. Goodness. Yeah, 1-1, 1-1. But he's won one, right? So Jalen Hurts pretty easily. Jared Goff hasn't won a Super Bowl. Jared Goff hasn't made the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts has made two, 1-1. I'll take Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts all day. Like it just
Yeah.
and the only reason why is he's been there, right? I think experience matters.
Yeah.
Um, and I know we've been hard on Jalen Hurts, but yeah, I would absolutely take Jalen Hurts in that situation. Totally.
Man, I don't know, man. Yeah, you're right. That matters. But like, if you're giving me like the same team as last year, right? Let's say that offense, that Eagles offensive line with Saquon Barkley, right? I'd rather take a Jared Goff, right? Jared Goff protected is I think so. Is better than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, even though like, hey, in that Super Bowl, he was pretty good, man. He made some, he made a, he had to let a couple down first downs with his he made it. He ran for a few first downs. He was elite that game, man. I gotta like, I gotta give it to him, right? But I don't know, man. With that same circumstance, like Saquon Barkley, the best offensive line in the league. Like, if you need to make a throw, like a critical third down throw, do you think Jalen Hurts has a better chance of making that throw than Jared Goff?
I don't trust either of them that much, to be honest. But
Right?
what you're saying is you would. My only question is, are you saying that you would take Jared Goff if you had like Philly last year's Philly team?
Yeah, last year's Phil team.
Well, Mo, I would take Jalen Hurts because they won with
Yeah,
Jalen
they won.
Hurts. That
That's
that
true. That's true. I mean, like if you're playing the Chiefs, like let's say not the Chiefs, but let's say if you're playing, let's say not that defense, you just only have that offense. Let's say you have, you say you have the Cowboys defense with last year's Phillies offense.
I still got to take Jalen Hurts, and the reason why is because
Mm.
his running ability. You have to account for it, regardless if
Okay.
his running has been down this season. Last year's a major threat, and I don't like imagine him and Jared Goff on a tush push at the one, because if the Eagles get down
Yeah,
to the
that's kind of
one,
true.
I'm
Mm.
trusting I'm trusting Jalen Hurts. I mean, the guy squats a house. Like I'm trusting Jalen
Yeah,
Hurts get in there, and I just Jalen Hurts. Give me Jalen Hurts. And like
yeah.
there's just some other schematic factors that I think Jalen Hurts would fit in with that Eagles. It just he fits with that Eagles offense better than Jared Goff.
Okay. How about
And
how
that's
about how about the okay? How about you switch them over? Like you put Jared Goff in the Eagles offense, and you put Jalen Hurts in the Lions offense.
oh man. Um
It's tough. Um, but like, look, what I'm trying to say is like what I'm trying to conclude is my conclusion is yes. Jalen Hurts brings a lot of like skill sets, but I think like Jared Goff is the overall better passer.
yeah, I think Jared Goff is
But
the overall better passer for sure. But
yeah,
I think there's just so many dimensions that Jalen Hurts give you outside of passing.
yeah,
That again with the Lions, same deal. They start with the run and they work play action. So I have to lean Jalen Hurts there because he also gives you an element on the ground that I think that they could tap into along with their two stud running backs in Detroit.
yeah.
Um, it just yeah, like that's kind of how I see it.
Nice, nice.
But
Yeah, yeah. We'll see, man. Anyways, going back to the rest of the week, man. Let's talk about some Seahawks real quick. Since like we spent a lot of time on the Cowboys, which, but hey, let's talk about the Seahawks real quick. So the Seahawks, man, very slow start, I would say. The defense played great throughout the game. I was really like, I was like, damn man, I don't see like a better defense than this, right? Like, that performance was just crazy. Even though like Bijan got his, he got some yards, he made some moves, but hey, like that defense was dominant. Kirk Cousins, like, he was like he was running for his life. He was pressured all day, but the offense, man, was just kind of sickened me out throughout the game. And then they came back to life a little. Sam Darnold looked a little bit rattled. He looked like, he was kind of like all over the place. Kind of pissed me off the whole, as a Seahawks fan, kind of pissed me off the whole, I would say the first half into the third quarter. But then I was like, hey, man, like after that, Rashid Shaheed punt return, I think that gave the offense a little bit, spark in the middle. And like, so what did you think of the overall game? What takeaways did you get from this
yeah, I
game?
mean, in terms of the first half, things like that are going to happen. It's going to happen on the road. Offense might sputter. Falcons did a really good job of generating pressure. They
Yeah,
dialed up a lot of different blitzes. Raheem Morris did a good job of, dialing it up, timing, all that. Sam Darnold was a bit rattled. I can't lie. He was. And the Seahawks just, they couldn't get anything going. And the defense, did their job, made sure that game was tied going into half, played a great game. Just completely shut down the Falcons. What I especially want to shout out is they shut down Bijan in the pass game so well, and with Drake London being
yeah,
out, um, I mean I thought they were going to rely on Bijan in the pass game a lot as they usually do this season, and two receptions for I think 8 yards or something like that. Like it
yeah,
was it completely shut down. Um, and then whatever happened at halftime, let's keep that going because I guess Coach Mike McDonald called it at halftime. He's going to come out, house the opening kickoff, and the rest is
yeah,
history. I mean, that whatever happened, that kickoff just that was it. The Seahawks came to life, um, and really took care of
yeah,
business. Sam Darnold started playing with a little bit more savvy. He looked a little bit confident, was moving around,
yeah,
used his legs a little bit, bought some time. That one touchdown to JSN stands out to me. I mean, I've seen that be a pick by Sam Darnold 100 times. Like he just put it right down there where only JSN can get it, and that's that, incomplete or a catch. And luckily it was a catch because JSN's great. Um,
yeah.
The Seahawks did a great job. They woke up, and like I said, you're gonna have
Especially a
if you
10
have
a.m. game, right? You're
yeah.
literally asleep.
Yeah, I think their alarms went off a little late. So that's why it's good that they they went off for the second half. But
Yeah,
anytime 37-9, 37-9,
yeah,
dominant.
yeah,
Regardless, and that's just a dominant half. And that's
yeah,
kind of what, to be honest. So that's kind of what Seattle's MO has been this year, is just dominant halves.
yeah,
When
yeah,
any of these blowouts you've been watching, like it has just been one half where they have just laid it on a team, and then the other
yeah,
half it's kind of a little bit messing around a little bit,
yeah,
playing with their
yeah,
food. But yeah, so that's how I saw, and I have nothing negative to say because that first half, things like that are going to happen, especially in your road game early, playing a
yeah,
pretty bad team. Um, and then they came out at a halftime, took care of business, and got out with an easy win. They didn't even allow a touchdown. This defense is insane. Best defense in the league.
yeah.
Best defense in the league.
Best defense of the league. Yeah, yeah. And I liked in the second half, hey, they were like, spreading the ball a little bit, right? They were using Cooper Cup. They were kind of using a JSN to kind of like make some extra room for Rashid Shaheed. And I like that kind of concept that they used. But look, the Falcons are a bad team, right? They're a bad team.
Real bad.
And like for those kind of teams, like they can sustain good football games. So the first half, yeah, they were really good, and or they were kind of like playing with the Seahawks, and then the second half, they kind of they fell apart. But against real good football teams, like and I was waiting for to see Sam Darnold in the Colts game, but right now it looks like Philip Rivers might play. So crazy. We'll talk about that. But hey, my only concern, my only worry is like, are we going to see that first half Sam Darnold? And we did see that first half Sam Darnold in the first Rams game throughout the game, right? Um, like I am like seriously, I am very nervous about Sam Darnold. I mean, like he kind of impressed me in the beginning of the year. I was like, man, okay, maybe like Sam Darnold's got that dude, but like I am very, very, very nervous when it comes to the playoffs. When it comes to like this next, serious matchup with the Rams, that's going to be the next serious matchup because I think the Colts don't have a quarterback, so I don't see them winning or contending. Right? They're even though their defense is really good, so like maybe like we'll see that as well. But
They are down. They're down Sauce and Ward though this
yeah,
weekend.
how about Buckner? Is Buckner coming back?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not totally sure, but they're down both their corners. They're down a quarterback. Um,
yeah.
I
So it's
yeah.
probably going to be like that Minnesota game. Like it's
I
going to be
mean,
probably like yeah.
the spread's 13.5 Seattle.
Ye-
So
ye-
Vegas is thinking we're probably going to go out there and handle business pretty well.
yeah,
Although the
yeah,
last time
but
we were 13.5 point favorites, we didn't. So
yeah, but going back to Sam Darnold, like, look, it is an you see what I'm saying, like Tommy, right? It is a fair question to ask.
yeah, no, it is. I mean, my concern with Sam Darnold is protecting the ball. There are just so many situations that we've seen this year, and I think a lot of his mistakes have come off this exact situation where he just needs to let the play die. He needs to let the play die. Just
Yeah,
our defense is too good to be throwing 50-50 balls on third down.
mhm.
Just forcing it. Like just throw it away. Take the punt. Let this defense do their thing. Reset, flip the field, and we can get.
Yeah,
We flip the field 3 and out. Suddenly we're starting with better field position 4 plays later. Like
yeah,
it doesn't need to happen. And Mike McDonald was talking about the pick on the third down when he rolled out and it tipped off, I believe, what Barner's hands,
yeah,
and it was picked off. He was saying that ball needs to be caught. I I don't, and like it's not my place to be disagreeing with Mike McDonald. Absolutely not. But I kind
yeah.
of disagree. I like
He just
personally,
stand up for his guy. He's just standing up for his
he's got to
quarterback.
be. And
Yeah,
personally, I just like that ball does not need to be thrown.
yeah, yeah,
That's how you lose games. Is if we're going to be playing like the Rams and we're going to give them short fields the entire game because we're going to do stuff like that. And it does it just that just let the play die. Let the play die. And if it's before
yeah,
third down, live to see another down. Like
yeah,
don't like I would be so much happier with a 3 and out and a punt. Like, just punt it.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching this defense. I am so cool watching this defense play because the offense will figure something out. The defense will
Yeah.
shut down the other team. Let the
Yeah.
defense shut down the other team and don't give the other team a short field.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And yeah, even like and I like the way Sam Darnold used his legs. The guy got some wheels. The guy got some wheels. The guys can run. The guy can run, and like I mean that third down when he rolled out, the one that got you were talking about that got intercepted. He had so many options, man. He could have just ran for a first down. You had like K9 right there, just kind of say screaming and give me the ball, give me the ball. Um, and hey, look, if that ball was caught, we would be like, "Damn, Sam Darnold made a huge throw." Like,
Totally,
you know what I'm saying?
totally. I mean, that's just it, right? It's sometimes the best plays are bad plays because until it works
Yeah,
out. Like,
I totally
uh,
right, right.
but
But at the end of the day, you're judged by like your mistakes and your wins. So like, look, if that ball like if it was intercepted, probably it had like a 50% chance of intercepted. So just take high percentage throws. And I understand. Look, you got to like win the games. You can't always take high percentage throws, right? You can't like see people open. I get that, but like they don't have to happen often. And I feel like with Sam Darnold, those like risky balls are kind of creeping up on him. They're not like once in a while anymore.
yeah, I mean they are. And oh boy, I was really, you know what? I'll say this though before I completely agree. Like I was really excited to see all the receivers get utilized in the past game. I'm
Yeah,
really excited to see Torrey Horton come back, hopefully soon.
yeah,
I'm not really sure what's going on there. I thought he would be back now by now already, but
yeah,
um, man, if the Seahawks, because here it is, what's going to happen, right? What's going to happen in the playoffs is JSN is going to get bracketed, doubled. They
yeah,
are going to allocate a lot of dues to JSN. So seeing Seattle capably distribute the ball to other receivers is really promising. And honestly, I think I walked away from yesterday's game feeling better about a potential Super Bowl than I
yeah,
have in a while because it's just finally we have seen, and it takes time to build that connection, and I think Rashichi finally has it, and that kick return also helped as well. But I'm going to ask the question, like, yeah, Sam Darnold's got his issues,
yeah,
but why not Seattle? Why not?
yeah,
Why can't Seattle win the Super Bowl this year? I mean, look at that defense.
yeah,
Look at that defense. I mean, they are going to give Seattle every opportunity to win every game. They are
yeah,
single
yeah,
handedly. And if Sam Darnold can avoid turning over the ball more than once a game, why not Seattle? Right?
yeah, yeah,
Why not? Because if JSN's getting shut down, fine. Rashichi is finally coming to life. Cooper Cup's there. Barner, like
yeah,
Troy Horton if he comes back. Why not? Why not?
yeah. Yeah. Man, Super Bowl like Seattle winning a Super Bowl in the 49ers building in Levi, that's going to be
Oh,
painful for
poetic, poetic.
that's going to be painful for a lot of
Oh,
49er
that would
fans,
be
right?
so poetic. Oh man,
Right?
either Seattle or the Rams. Seattle or the
Yeah,
Rams win the
Seattle or
Super
the
Bowl.
Rams, man, that's like both painful. That's going
Oh
to be
my
like a
goodness.
bragging point for the rest of history or
Oh
something like
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I do believe that the winner of the Super Bowl is going to come out of the NFC West. I firmly believe it. I don't think the AFC is going to have a. I don't think anybody in the AFC is winning the Super Bowl. I think you're looking at. I really think it's a Seattle Rams conversation for the Super Bowl. I know that might be biased or jumping to the gun, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if the Rams beat Seattle in 2 weeks, right, and the Seahawks and Rams meet again in the NFC Championship,
Yeah.
will the Rams beat the Seahawks 3 times?
It's tough.
Do you know how
Like
hard
yeah.
it is to beat a good team 3 times?
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard. It's
Like,
like it's just like I don't think yeah, that's I think probably that's impossible. Um the last time a team beat us 3 times was the 49ers, that 2022 playoff game, right?
yep.
But we were a bad team. Like that was
We
a
were
horrible mistake.
that was like we were playing with house money even being in the
Y-
postseason.
Yeah.
Like because the Lions beat the Packers in Lambeau on week 18
Yeah, or
to
something
get us
like
a
that. Yeah.
spot, and like we were the 7th seed. It was cool. Like it was really
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah,
but like
I saw like a defensive line comparison of that 2022 playoff, game versus like this team. Like it was Al Woods. You had like, you know, yeah, I think Boya Mafia was playing.
Yes, yes.
right?
Um,
You and you had who was on the other side? Was it Draymond Jones?
yeah, it was Draymond Jones.
Yeah.
Uh,
And who was with Al Woods? Who was in the middle?
wasn't it Jaron Reed still?
No, Jeremy Reed was in the Packers. He was playing with the Packers.
At that was he that year? Because I'm trying to,
Yeah.
or was I thought it was the next year he went to Green Bay.
Seahawks. I can't believe I forget this. Seahawks D line. Okay. Uh, so yeah. So you have Puna Ford, Shelby Harris, and
Oh,
Al
it was
Woods.
Puna. It was Puna and Shelby.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Because
Yeah.
I remember Shelby Harris was excited about that win over the Broncos week one because he was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
revenge game for Shelby." Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So man, so look, if the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, there's gonna be a lot of storyline. DeMarcus Lawrence, man, the Cowboys fans are because a lot of people told him because he said he wanted to come to Seattle to win a Super Bowl,
And we
and a
were
lot
getting
of Cowboys
clowned.
fans were laughing at him, right?
Yeah, Cowboys fans had a lot of opinions on DeMarcus Lawrence, and it's funny to see their opinions change as the season progressed. Like
Yeah.
DeMarcus Lawrence has been great, and honestly, he's been better than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
He's alive. He's alive again, right? He had some
Yeah.
injury problems towards that end of his stint in Dallas, and DeMarcus will always be a Dallas Cowboys legend, but they obviously had some opinions on his departure and didn't think it was a good move for him. And
Yeah.
I think it's a good move for him.
Yeah. 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 He's playing with a contender right now, and look, that's like that. So many storylines. If you see, and I think, look, you're right. The Seahawks a huge chance if they play the way that they're capable of playing, both on like don't make mistakes on offense. Let the defense win you these games. And Mike McDonald, man, look, before when he was hired to Seattle, I thought he was gonna be this kind of like Jim Harbaugh type of coach. Like, hey, like don't play to lose, right? But the dude is kind of aggressive, man. He'll play to win sometimes. He'll tell his offense to go get it.
I love Mike McDonald. He's so innovative. He's young.
Yeah.
He's always trying to like stay ahead of the curve. Obviously, his personality is great. The team loves him.
Yeah.
I really wanted Mike McDonald when the cycle opened to hire
Yeah.
him, and I remember I was clamoring about their defense even during the season. Like
Yeah.
I saw some cut ups and of their defensive film, and I was like, oh yeah, like this is the guy, and it's worked out better than I think I
Yeah.
could have imagined. So fast, right? Like I thought he was gonna be a good coach, but man, it's happening fast. This
Yeah.
defense is incredible,
Yeah.
truly
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
I'm extremely excited.
And he's very decisive, man. Like, basically, last year, remember we had those two linebackers, right? They didn't work out, and he kind of replaced the entire linebacking core. He fired the offensive staff, brought a new offensive staff, and they've been working, man. A lot of people. Okay, one graphic that I want to talk about is shout out to Hawk Blogger for posting this on Twitter. And so Anthony Bradford's PFF pass blocking improvement, and I sent you this yesterday, right? So weeks 1 to 8, 18. Since week 9, 70.8 grade. Since week 13, 87.1. And it's very interesting. I did not see that, I saw that he was getting beat a couple of times. But looks and this kind of shows you why, because they have their own grading systems internally as well. So this kind of shows you why Mike McDonald is not changing Anthony Bradford, and it's probably like because they see some improvement from him, because maybe he's taking the coaching and he's applying those coaching every day, and maybe by the end of the playoffs, he becomes into a better player. Like, I don't know, what did you take off from that PFF grades?
Not a whole much, not a ton. Like I actually value a lot of the data that PFF provides.
Yeah,
And I do think their grades do provide a little bit of accuracy, a little bit more than people think. But I do want to say that I believe that PFF grades in terms of offensive line is probably the most inaccurate thing on the planet, because there are so
yeah,
many. Each offensive line has different verbiage. They have different assignments. They work as a unit, and I don't feel that PFF grades for offensive linemen are very valuable. At
mm,
times they can be like if they're really, really low, yeah, it does align because you typically see it with what you see on the TV, which is a poor performance. But I don't put a lot of stock in that. Now, I do think Anthony Bradford is improving. Like when Anthony Bradford is on, he's on. Like he's a good player. It's always consistency with him
Yeah.
because for every good play, he has like two bad plays, and then he'll have two good
Yeah.
plays, and then he'll have a really, really bad play, and then it's just consistency because you know there's a lot of good plays there for him, and
Yeah.
then there's some not so good plays there for Anthony Bradford. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know
because like, look, Olu is playing really good, right? He kind of he played, he filled in for Sundell, playing really good. And now the conversation is, do you keep Olu? Do you slide Sundell into right guard, and do you kind of try out another combination? Does that make sense? Like, do you think they'll do that?
they'll check it out at practice. And if Anthony Bradford has another bad showing early, they might take him out and put Sundell in to see what happens. But I don't think they're going to immediately just say like Anthony, get out. Like Sundell's back, you're out. Like I just don't envision that being the case. Just with like I said, continuity is so important with the
So they
offensive
see
line.
that as the cost of doing business. Anthony
Yeah,
Bradford is the cost of doing business.
yeah. Like he's had so many reps this year. I think the only way that Sundell really gets a legitimate shot at right guard is if Anthony Bradford is having like a terrible, terrible performance early,
Okay.
and they'll pull the plug fast. Yeah, but I
Okay.
don't, I don't, I don't think they're going to be like Sundell. Like this is you're going to go take this right guard spot. I could be surprised. I could be wrong, but that's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So next game. So let's talk about a couple of minutes about the next game, and then we'll talk about the Chiefs to wrap it up. But next game versus the Colts. Like, are you already signing this up as in the win column?
You can't in the NFL, but I really want to. Like, and it should be.
Yeah.
If the
Yeah.
Seahawks lost that game, it would be a disaster. I mean,
Right.
the Colts, and this isn't like a Colts are a bad conversation. It's just they are so beat up, and they might be trotting out Phillip Rivers on Sunday. If the
Yeah.
Seahawks lose that game, it would be inexcusable,
I
indefensible.
think something crazy at home, like something crazy would need to happen for the Seahawks to lose that game.
I just so no, I'm not going to be like, oh, we're moving on. Like, but the Seahawks need to win that game. They just have to.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. To be honest, I don't really care how. Just win the game. Just win the game.
Yeah. Short week. Look, the best case scenario is you like kind of blow the team out by first half, rest your players for Thursday night.
That and I think that might be the message getting across is like, let's take care of business early so we can get the guys out early for a short week against the Rams. Like that would be massive if we could just take care of business and get the guys out early and get them rested during the game early
Yeah.
for Thursday night's
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. And the Rams have a tough game, man. The Lions. I don't think they're resting any players in that game, right? Like,
No, no, I don't envision that. But yeah, the Rams have quite a challenge. I think they'll get it done though.
yeah.
Um,
They're,
I
they're a
do.
good team, man. Like they'll get it done. They're just better than the Lions. I think it's going to come down to that Thursday night game, and hopefully, like, I'm just hoping the Seahawks don't kind of lay an egg in Carolina the same way the Rams did. But man, I think like it's gonna come down to that game. But
I
yeah,
mean, the Seahawks control their destiny for the one seed. You know,
yeah,
if they
yeah.
want it, it's theirs for the taking. They can go get it. They went out, it's
Wo-
theirs.
yeah, win out and theirs. And the 49ers, man, they're okay team, but we'll talk about them when we get there. But
Yeah.
yeah, all right. Yeah. Okay. Last topic before we close this out. The Chiefs. Are you officially ruling out the Chiefs from the playoffs, Tommy?
If 9 wins can get you in the AFC, then I guess not. But I
Yeah.
don't think so. I think they're out. I think they're out.
Yeah.
It's over. I mean, what a disastrous performance on Sunday by the Kansas City Chiefs. And I
Yeah.
know Houston's. I said it last week. I think Houston's going to win the game, but the way Houston won that game was despicable. I mean,
Yeah.
drop after everyone's going to blame Patrick Mahomes, and that's the tough part. That's the dark side of playing quarterback. But are we going to talk about the several drops by Mahomes' most trusted targets?
Yep.
Like
Travis Kelsey was horrible. He was horrible that game. Horrible.
Rasheed
Yeah.
Rice.
He was
They're
horrible.
the Chiefs were soft. They weren't ready. Houston's defense is mean. They
Yeah.
they're nasty. And like
Yeah.
Kansas City was not ready. They got hit by a bus when they saw that
Yeah.
defense, and they played soft. The play that stood out to me the most, and this is a weird little nitpick, is when Rasheed Rice came on that crosser and got lit up by Jalen Petrie,
Yeah.
and it was not a dirty play. He just got lit up.
He
And
just got lit
Creed
up.
Creed
Yeah.
Humphrey, instead of going to pick up Rasheed Rice, went to Jalen Petrie. Why? It was a clean hit. Your boy got laid
Yeah.
out. Go pick him up. There's
Yeah.
what do you have to say? Go play the
Yeah.
next play. It was a
Yeah.
clean
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
like
It's just
what is Petrie supposed to slow down next time? Wrap him up. Two-hand touch.
yeah.
Like no, he got lit up. Like it was a clean hit
Yeah.
too. The
Yeah.
Chiefs were shocked by the way Houston came at them. Houston
Yeah.
played to win and deserved to win that game.
Yeah, and shout out to C.J. Stroud, man. He outplayed Mahomes. He outplayed Mahomes. Like the guy, he stood in there, like, and he made it when it counts. Look, I think overall, like the Chiefs' defense played good. Like I give him
Chris
like they
Jones.
played really good. Yeah,
I want to
Chris
shout out
Jones. He
Chris
played.
Jones. Nobody wanted
Yeah,
it more than Chris Jones. Nobody wanted
yeah,
that game more than Chris Jones. He
yeah.
played
And
his
they were
heart.
playing exactly, and they were playing good the entire game, Tommy. And Andy Reid, on that third and one, well, no, it was on the 4th and 1 call. Basically, when Mahomes kind of like he scrambled and like, Aziz Shire, I thought it was gonna lay out Mahomes. Honestly, he had that like perfect lane to lay
He's
out
got a,
Mahomes,
he's
and
got a
he's and
history of
he's a
doing it.
yeah, and he's known for like being a dirty player, right, Aziz?
He is.
And kind of like Mahomes, I think he spun out of it and he got to the first down. And Andy Reid was like, rather than punting the ball, he went for it on 4th down. The way your offense was playing the entire game and your defense was kind of like carrying your offense, just punt the ball, man, in those kind of situations.
That play was a disaster. One, the decision to go for it was a disaster, and two, they had an open guy and Rasheed Rice dropped it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that's
like
crazy.
as much as you want to hate on the play, they had it, and Rasheed Rice, your best wide receiver, blatantly dropped the ball. It was like he was
Yeah,
scared to get hit. It was like he was scared to get hit again, and he did it
yeah,
again too. There was multiple drops in that fourth quarter by Rasheed Rice, and let's not even talk about the last drop by Travis Kelsey where the interception happened. I mean, that was egregious. It just
yeah,
all of it was so bad, and Mahomes was running for his life the entire game.
yeah,
Um, but here's
yeah.
the deal: when your defense was playing so well, why give Houston that opportunity deep in your territory? Just punt
Right,
it. They
punt the ball,
they had
man.
nothing going, and
Yeah.
obviously the Houston scored after you didn't get it, and the rest is history.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Man, just a horrible game throughout. And the Chiefs, man, I think they're kind of like, I think Mahomes is kind of entering that, like, after Brady won those three Super Bowls, like I think he did. What was the time? Like Brady didn't win eight. Was it 8 years till he won his second Super Bowl, something like that? Like, yeah,
Oh
it was
yeah,
fourth Super Bowl. Yeah, it was crazy. So I think that shows like, hey, like the NFL is not it's not easy to win, right? And like what the Chiefs have been doing for the past couple of years, just dominating teams, right? It was just crazy, and that's not the norm. And I think we're right now like the NFL is performing like producing really good defenses and some really good talented players. And like the Chiefs core players are getting old, and I think Travis Kelsey, man, hey, just retire after this year, man. Just enjoy your life with Taylor Swift. Go around the country, just do your thing. That's it, man. Just retire. Do your podcast with your brother. Like you don't need to come back.
no,
You did it
no.
all. He did it all. Three Super Bowl champions, two-time Super Bowl
There's nothing
champions.
else
He
to
has like I think
say.
so highest receptions for a tight end and yards, right? And he holds all the records.
There's nothing else. There's nothing else to say for Travis Kelsey. It speaks for itself. But like, quit while you're up. That was awful. That was terrible.
Yeah,
One more thing I want to highlight is the Chiefs' terrible situational football.
yeah,
Not only did they make bad offensive decisions in the fourth quarter, their third down defense when they needed to stop horrible, especially towards the end of the game. Like they just did not get stops when they needed to get stops, and they were so close. There was one play I remember when they didn't get the fourth down.
yeah,
Um, or they didn't convert the fourth down. Houston's had the ball. Chris Jones just missed the sack. Stroud rolls out and hits, I believe, Hutchinson or Higgins on that 3rd and 12. And it was just
Yeah,
like, oh, come on. Like, there, like you guys have to have that. Like, they just bad situational football. Point blank. Chiefs
yeah,
did not have it.
yeah,
They did not have it. Shout out to Houston,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
Shout out to Houston. That defense is disgusting. And, like, their offense
That
is.
defense is disgusting. Like I would say they're the second best defense in the NFL. Like I don't think they're better than the Seahawks. It's close, but like the Seahawks, I think so. They have the Seahawks have depth, man. It's not only like their
Yeah,
players, but like they can get injured and still play good, right?
totally.
Like I don't know. I don't know if the Texans can do that.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah, yeah, yep. So I would go like if I'm ranking defenses, top three defenses, I would say um, Seattle, Texans, then Rams.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Broncos right there, too. Broncos right there. But I,
Broncos, yeah, Broncos right there. Yeah, so
I
maybe like Broncos then Rams. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you're right.
maybe it's somewhere in that range. I mean, they're all so elite. All four of those defenses are extremely elite. Like
Yeah,
you're just picking and
yep,
choosing great defenses there. Um,
yep,
no.
yep, yep. Awesome. All right, man. Well, hey,
Oh
let's
wait,
see. Go
want to
ahead.
quickly? I got to because people are gonna. I've been asked. Got to quickly, briefly talk about the Bears Packers game.
Oh shit! Yeah, we forgot about that one.
Yeah, people have been telling me they like the Bears content, so I gotta help them out here.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah, let's
game.
talk
Like
about that game.
really competitive game. Really competitive game. I thought the Bears played a great competitive football game. They were down 14-3 at half. Looked like the game could have got away from them. They stormed right back, got the 2-point conversion, 11-14. They were right there. The Bears played
Yeah,
such a good game. Their fans should not be holding their head down. It's a tough road loss to your rival, great team in
yeah,
the Packers. Bears were right there, and they play again pretty soon. I'm excited to see that
yeah.
matchup. I think
That
the Bears are
rematch
going to
is
get
gonna be
the.
really good.
I think the Bears are going to steal that one too. I really, really do. Packers have some issues. They got the Bears on the road. They got the Broncos on the road. They got some tough ones coming up. We're going to
Yeah,
learn a lot
yeah.
about the Packers too. But tough one for the
But that
Bears.
last play, man. Yeah, it was crushing for the Bears.
Yeah, Caleb could have put a little bit more on that. He could have, but Caleb also played a fantastic game. I mean, he kept it in
Yeah,
there. Their run game was good. Like Ben Johnson dialed it up. I think I said at some point, like the Packers are in a blender right now. Like they were
yeah,
for a second there. The Bears were just doing anything they really wanted to, and the Packers
yeah,
just looked like they were getting out schemed like crazy. Ben Johnson was putting Jeff Halfley in the blender. Like it was,
yeah,
and ultimately the Packers got it done at home.
yeah.
Good win, dethroned, got the division lead. But nevertheless, competitive game, and I'm really looking forward to that second matchup.
Yeah, yeah. Man, the Bears, man, like they're just like in 2 years, like I think they're they're in the Super Bowl, man. They got the team, they got a young team, and they're building.
They're coming.
The offensive line is a little bit old, that's the only thing that kind of concerns you. But Ben Johnson is the real deal. Like kind of 1 year, kind of like turning this team into like a real seriously like playoff team. That's from where they were. Incredible work he's done.
I mean, like I said, first year coaches don't typically do it like that, right? Ben
Yeah,
Johnson's doing really, really incredible things with the Bears right now in his first year.
yeah,
Great coach. Watch out for the Bears. They're coming. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know when. They're a couple moves away. They're
yeah.
not the perfect team this year, but they're competitive and they're definitely putting the name out there right now.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine like when the Bears get the number one seed, like going to like Soldier and basically and in that cold in that environment, it's gonna be a tough place to play, man.
I know the Bears fans are hungry. They're hungry for good football, and they're building that new stadium
Yeah.
too, which will be
Oh yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Is it a dome?
Yeah, it's a dome.
Okay, okay. Then maybe like the
I
advantage
mean,
goes away, right?
it's okay. They need to upgrade from Soldier a little bit. It's not. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say it's the nicest stadium in the league, but it's
yeah,
cool. It's cool. The location is very cool, and it's very Chicago Bears. Like that is one thing
yeah,
I think is a bummer about them changing the stadium location because nothing screams like Windy City, Chicago Bears, like a stadium right on Lake Michigan.
yeah,
That Lake Michigan air right there. I mean, they're going to lose that factor, but it
yeah,
looks like that new stadium is going to be pretty nice. So good for the Bears.
yeah. Shout out to the Bears, man. Shout out to the Bears. I want to see them do well, so hopefully they get in the playoffs, man. And I'm sure like they'll get in the playoffs. and let's see where they take this thing, man. So, Bears fans, the 32 Insights podcast are like they're watching you closely, man. So let's do it, man. All right, Tommy. Thanks again, man. This has been a great show. Again, guys, please check out our YouTube channel, check out Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, and subscribe and like the 32 Insights podcast. So I'm Mo again here with your boy Tommy, and we'll see you guys next week.